Hello summoners and welcome back to another ProGuides OP Korean builds video. My name is Christoph and today I'll be covering all the latest and most OP builds that have been rising in popularity in Korean solo queue. A bunch of you guys have been asking for this video for patch 9.21 and we're finally here to deliver it. There have been a bunch of balance changes and reworks this patch which have shaken up the Korean ladder and we can't wait to share what we have in store. Some of the builds you'll see in this video might actually surprise you, so make sure to stay till the very end. And for all of you guys who want to hit your dream rank by the end of the season, we have thousands of students who have climbed from the depths of silver and into the promised land of diamond or higher. If you guys want to get all those end of the season rewards, then you guys need to find a challenger coach to help you out. Only on ProGuides.com using the description link below. You won't regret it and you'll be enjoying all of the end of the season rewards, as well as showing off your rank to all your friends. Now with that being said, let's jump right into the video. The first OP Korean build we'll mention in today's video is going to be for Jace. The build was first innovated by Invictus Gaming's Korean top laner, The Shy, who's famously known to be the best top laner in the world. During his game versus Damwon Gaming during the World Championships, The Shy showcased a new Jace build which actually makes a lot of sense and makes Jace extremely powerful during the early to mid game, while also spiking very hard into the late game. For runes, you'll want to take Kleptomancy, Free Boots, Biscuits, and Cosmic Insight, followed by Domination second for Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter. Now here comes the twist. When it comes to item builds, you want to buy things in this specific order. Start with a Dorn's Blade or Cull plus Potion, depending on the matchup. Then you're going to want to rush a Serrated Dirk and a Tear of the Goddess. After that, complete your Tier 2 boots, whether it's Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby, and then purchase a Phage. With this build, you can spike extremely hard in the mid game, while also setting yourself up for a successful late game. You can also poke out your opponents with ease due to the mana regen from Tear, the damage from Serrated Dirk, and the movement speed from Phage and Tier 2 boots. For the full build, it'll be Black Cleaver, Yomu's Ghostblade, Merc Treads, Executioner's Calling, Muramana, Mauve Malmortius, and GA. This build works extremely well, and The Shy is honestly a genius for coming up with this one by himself. At first glance, it kinda looks like he's just all over the place, but trust me guys, this is not the case at all. Next up, we have another Kleptomancy build, except this time it's going to be for everyone's favorite champion, you guessed it, Teemo. Now, with all the hype revolving around Damwon Gaming's top laner, Naguri, the entire top lane meta has shifted from standard runes like Conqueror and Grasp into pretty much everyone taking Kleptomancy. Naguri showed us just how easy it is to gain a lead on your opponent by abusing this rune, and the Balance team has confirmed that Kleptomancy is being hard nerfed in the preseason because of Naguri's influence. Naguri generally takes this rune on champions like Camille, Akali, Kayle, Jace, Kennen, Ryze, Fiora, etc. But the one champion that he forgot about is Teemo. Teemo top with Kleptomancy is actually a nightmare to go against. Trust me, I've played against this a few times and it's honestly one of the most tilting experiences I've ever had in League of Legends. Even if you and your opponent have the same number of CS, the Teemo will be picking up a ton of consumable items and gold sacks, which will pretty much net him a 300 to 600 gold lead automatically. This means that he'll always be a kill or two ahead in terms of gold, which means he can just demolish you with his item lead. On top of that, Teemo recently received a buff to his ultimate, which lets him have more shroom charges, making his top lane a lot more safe from jungle ganks. So you guys have to give him a try, but make sure not to tilt the enemy too hard. It's not good for anybody if everyone just uninstalls the game. Okay, and lastly for the top lane, we have another build that was showcased from the World Championships, and it's for Sion. During the second week of Worlds, Team Liquid's Korean top laner, Impact, showed a unique build for Sion which actually works really well. He takes Glacial Augment, Free Boots, Minion Dematerializer, Approach Velocity, followed by Resolve second for Demolish and Bone Plating. For items, you can build pretty much whatever tanky items you want, but we recommend Frozen Heart into Merc Treads, Sterix Gauge, Adaptive Helm, Gargoyle's Stone Plate, and a Randuin's. With this build, you want to abuse your Glacial Augment's auto attack slows with your Approach Velocity to make it easier to land your other abilities. It might seem kind of suboptimal compared to his other runes like Grasp of Undying, but there's a good reason why a ton of professional top laners are spamming this build. In fact, during the second week of Worlds, this build saw some more play during the game between Damwon Gaming and AHQ. AHQ's top laner Ziv also showcased this build, which goes to show just how powerful it really is. Don't knock it till you try it, guys. It's a lot better than it looks. Okay, here's a quick recap of all the builds we've mentioned in the top lane. Okay, now let's move on to the jungle. First up in the jungle, we're welcoming back an insanely troll-looking build, which actually works really well. If you weren't aware already, Ivern recently received a mini rework at the start of patch 9.20, which changed his auto attacks from melee to ranged at all stages of the game. This opened up a lot of different build paths for Ivern, and the most common one we're seeing in Korea is Hail of Blades. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, this seems extremely troll, but trust me, there's a reason why a lot of the best Ivern mains in Korea are primarily using this rune over his standard ones, like Guardian or Airy. For runes, you'll want Hail of Blades, Cheap Shot, Ghost Poro, Relentless Hunter, followed by Inspiration second for Futures Market, and Cosmic Insight. For items, you'll want a Talisman, then Dark Seal, and sometimes even the Nomad's Medallion. Once you're done purchasing those, you'll get a Moby Boots, Athene's, Mage Eyes, Ardent Censer, Redemption, and a Mikhail's. Having a Hail of Blades proc during the early game is actually pretty strong, and you can catch a lot of players off guard with your early game power spike. The second build we have for jungle is actually an extremely old build that everyone has just forgotten about. Camille Jungle was gutted a few months ago due to the changes made to her hookshot, which no longer stuns minions and monsters. Now, don't get me wrong though, Camille Jungle is still terrible, but it can be extremely effective in lower elos because, well, everyone forgot how to play against it. Back when Camille was a powerful meta jungler, everyone on the enemy team played extremely safe during the early game because of Camille's level 2 gank threat. However, now that players have not seen this pick in over half a year, players have forgotten how aggressive a Camille jungle is. They no longer respect the insane level 2 gank threat and end up dying to a cheese gank after her first buff. If you can land your E during a level 2 gank, then you pretty much secure a kill or at least a flash. Camille is still the best level 2 ganker in the game, and you can cheese your way into Diamond 4 by doing a red buff into gank every single game. For runes, you'll want PTA, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, followed by Inspiration second for free boots and Futures Market. For items, you'll want a Red Smite Warriors into Mercs, Triforce, Sterix, GA, Spirit Visage, and a Randuin's to top it off. Here's a quick recap of all the builds we mentioned in the jungle. Okay, now that we're finished with the jungle, let's run it down mid. The first build we have for mid lane is going to be for Garen. Now, Garen is traditionally a top laner, but he's also been seeing a ton of play in the mid lane recently due to his rework. Having that shield on his W really helps him out during the laning phase, and he can actually just wreck champions like Zed, Yasuo, and Qiyana. In fact, a lot of the best Garen mains in the world are saying that he is way more OP as a mid laner than a top laner in the current meta. For runes, you go Conqueror, Triumph, Tenacity, and Coup de Grace, followed by Resolve second for Demolish and Bone Plating. For items, you'll get a Triforce into Berserkers, Phantom Dancer, Sterix, Deadman's Plate, and a Spirit Visage. During the laning phase, you'll want to push the wave into the enemy tower, while also using your Q to roam around the map and make some plays. Some Garen mains also opt to go Predator instead of Conqueror when playing him mid because his gank threat becomes a lot stronger. Next up in the mid lane, we have a build for another traditional top laner, which is going to be Renekton. Now, Renekton mid has been seeing play for quite some time, but the pick rate on him for that role was less than 1%. In the recent meta, Renekton mid's play rate has skyrocketed due to his presence during the World Championships. So with that in mind, we thought it'd be appropriate to mention him once again. Now, Renekton in the mid lane is a little bit different than the usual top lane build. For starters, you'll want to take Press the Attack instead of Conqueror. You'll want to take Triumph, Tenacity, Last Stand, followed by Resolve second for Demolish and Revitalize. For items, you'll rush a Tiamat into Spear of Shojin, Ninja Tabi, Black Cleaver, Sterix Gauge, and a GA. Once you have your Spear of Shojin, it becomes so easy for you to secure solo kills or just 1v9 teammates near objectives. Renekton's carry potential is extremely high right now, so abuse him while you still can. Spear of Shojin is confirmed to be removed in Preseason 10, so get that freelo while it's still available. Okay, so here's a quick recap of all the builds in the mid lane. Okay, on to ADCs. We only have one new build for ADCs this patch, which is for Veigar. Veigar bottom with GLP is the new big thing in Korea and was even seen at the World Championships by Damwon. This is a secret counter pick by the Koreans, which is used against very mobile champions like LeBlanc, J4, Kai'Sa, and Galio. Once they dash in, you can set up your baby cage to trap and kill them with ease. Now, the reason why Veigar works so well in the bot lane rather than the mid lane is due to his main weakness during the laning phase. A lot of these weaknesses are gone due to his support peeling for him, so he can safely stack his way into the mid and late game. For runes, you'll want Glacial Augment, Stopwatch, Biscuits, Cosmic Insight, followed by Domination second for Ingenious Hunter and Cheap Shot. For items, you'll want a GLP into Sork Boots, Twin Shadows, Death Cap, Void Staff, and Azanias. Give this guy a try and let us know how that goes down below. Trust me, it seems super troll, and everyone in your elo is probably going to be like, what the hell are you doing picking Vhagar here? But give it a shot in normal games first, let us know what you think, and then go straight to ranked and win some free low. Here's a recap of the build if you want to take a screenshot of it. Alright, now finally on to supports. Now this section is the one I'm most excited about because we have some insanely OP builds to showcase. Alright, first things first, we have the Zac support. Zac is already a sleeper OP jungler in solo queue right now due to his gank potential, tankiness, damage, and sustain. However, once you take those strengths down into the bot lane, he becomes an even better support. A lot of Korean Zac mains have changed roles to support because of this build, and trust me, it's actually insanely overpowered. For runes, you'll want Aftershock, Font of Life, Bone Plating, and Revitalize, followed by Precision Second for Triumph and Last Stand. For items, you'll want a Remnant of the Aspect into Mercs, Zanyas, Spirit Visage, Randuin's, and a Gargoyle Stoneplate. With this build, you're looking to roam around the map and gank lanes from unique angles that they won't expect. Against specific champs like Alistar and Thresh, you won't be that effective because they can stop you mid-dash, but that's when your insane gank potential comes into play. Next up in supports, we have a build for Fiddlesticks. Although Fiddle doesn't see too much play in the western regions, he's actually one of the most popular support picks in Korea. He's extremely effective in the bot lane due to his point-and-click CC ability, which is undodgeable against the zero-ping Korean mechanics. For runes, you'll want Glacial, Stopwatch, Futures Market, Approach Velocity, followed by Domination Second for Cheap Shot and Ingenious Hunter. For items, you'll get a Remnant of the Watchers, Sork Boots, GLP Zanyas, Twin Shadows, and a Morello. Give this guy a try, you won't regret it, and it'll tilt the crap out of your opponents. Lastly, for supports, we have none other than Shaco. Shaco did receive a nerf this patch, which affects him pretty hard as a support. However, he's still extremely strong. For runes, you'll want Comet, Mana Flow Band, Absolute Focus, Scorch, followed by Domination Second for Cheap Shot and Ingenious Hunter. Next up, you'll want to rush a GLP, Liandry's, Sork Boots, Remnant of the Waters, Zanyas, and a Morello. With this build, you just want to be as annoying as possible by spamming your boxes and playing mind games with your opponents using your ultimate and Q. Both these abilities can seriously confuse the enemy bot lane, and the sky is the limit when it comes to outplaying them. Alright, here's a quick recap of the support builds we mentioned. That's it for our OP Korean builds video. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then please leave a like, comment, and sub to our channel to be notified of the next one. And if you guys want to get into your dream rank this season and get those end of the season rewards, then click that link below and go find yourself a challenger coach. That's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck in your next few games, and we'll see you on the Rift.